All right, I'm gonna do the ascending lesson with Penny. So I'm just gonna use her shelter here as a nice solid wall to send her between. You don't want to do this lesson just on the electric fence there, obviously, because they could hit it and it would scare them. So if you have like a round pen panel or a solid wood fence or something like this, that'd be perfect, or a barn wall. Then I just kind of start here where it's nice big open space, and she's familiar with it because she lives out here. So I use that, and then I'm just kind of sending her back and forth. So I just kind of backed her out of my space here. So send her forward. So she's kind of going between both walls and me, so it's kind of like a little U-turn. You can just use one wall. And you want to start like about 10 to 15 feet away and then kind of get a little bit closer. So I'm just going to pick up toward her hip, yield her hindquarters, make sure she steps over. And then she's kind of taking a step in, so I'm just going to back her up. And she didn't want to listen, so I'm going to ask her a little strongly. That was a better backup. Send her back off. Yield her hindquarters. I'm just lifting up toward her hip. It pushes her hindquarters around and then sending her off. So I'm lifting up toward her hip and then out and over to kind of direct her to go forward. And then a little bit closer here to the fence than I was before. Better with the hind end that way. There, she crossed over. If your horse is being like rushing and wanting to trot through, just keep going until they can walk. If they're really, really lazy and dull, like much more duller than this, right here she wanted to get in my space, so I'm just gonna back her up and then ask her to go again. If they're more dull than this, I would just keep asking. I would speed them up a little bit to where they're nearly at a trot or trotting to kind of wake them up a little bit. But I like here that she's relaxed because she's not really a forward horse, but she can be more worried. So I'd rather her just walk nice and calmly through here. She just wants to kind of push into my space. When she yields her hind end, she wants to come in instead of just pivoting, like there she's pivoting. So I'm just trying to be more specific with her and tell her exactly what I want. It's just to get the horse to send where you want, and you're just adding a very basic obstacle, and then you can add other ones later on, but it's just to get the idea that you can send them over or near something. There's like that time she yielded her hindquarters really well, and I didn't have to get after her a little bit, or I'd have to been bumping her the previous few times, so I just clicked her when she took a step over with her hind leg closest to me over the outside one, so I clicked that and then fed her. And then I'll just give her a minute to chew here. All right, and then just end on that note.